Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Open Bracket Qualifiers here for the summer premiere. My name is Pretty Hair, joined by Kret today.
That's right.
God bless.
God bless. Is it hot in here or is it these games? I can't tell. But I'm excited, man.
Absolutely. D69 just played Wolves, just beat him 3-0, and you saw on the bracket there during the weight screen. The next set up is going to be 50 Shades of Snek versus WASD Sports. So, guys, without further ado, we're going to head straight on into the champion draft for these two teams. And a hallmark pick, not only for everyone. What's it going to be?
I'm getting a message from the other side. Makoa first pick.
What is it saying?
That's what it's saying.
Very important to every team. But
I am the oracle of the abyss.
This team in particular,
Woo!
It is the hallmark of their strategy.
Bless
it's been
up.
a staple for them for so long. Their
Church of Makoa.
Thiel gonna go rip people out of the sky there with that dredge anchor once again. WSD Sports do respond though with a Shaolin unseen today.
Yeah, well, you know, Shaolin, like it's February 2017. Bomb King getting picked up as well. This basically is the land meta from Paladins Masters,
Sure.
and I suspect there's really nothing wrong with it. I think it'll still be strong. Ruckus picked up for Snek, and you know, I'm gonna say if they were to play Saris, it would be really good if they had those two beefy front lines to get healed a whole bunch. Cassie picked up.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
One
that.
of Saris's weaknesses, though, is that she doesn't heal groups of enemies well. She can only kind of spot heal one. So with two tanks here, they might go for something different. But the Cassie, the theme, that's really just been coming back today.
That's
Fernando
right.
as well.
Fernando as well. The self-appointed knight is back. Maldamba picked up. Traditionally the stronger of the two healers in terms of raw throughput in professional play.
Sure.
When you are playing at a optimal level, you're able to heal more than a Ying. The question is, can he out-heal this Saris hover? If production is messing with me, we're going to have to stop the cast as I go back there to have a talk to them. But no! Nobody's getting beat up today. It's going to be Saris.
Saris locked in the Oracle of the Abyss, one of the newer champions.
And Eevee!
We put him out so fast. So a lot of cool stuff coming out here today. So I think the recent nerfs to Barrack probably helped Fernando come back a little bit more, just trading out that mobility for just the static defense. The Buck in response, though, from WASD Sports. I don't really know who this Buck is going to be getting after, unfortunately. Saris is extremely hard to kill.
Very hard to kill.
Good luck keeping up with Eevee, and Cassie can just kite you around all day long.
Maybe the tanks?
And
I mean, you're going to hit every pellet.
Notably here, the roster change. SunCommander coming back into the starting five as Lemonade has seen his exit from competitive Paladins here. Will be Bird with the Mortal Reach, legendary for his Saris. Reprieve for Laizy's Eevee. See if he can get used to that new playstyle there. Pluck for Thiel's Makoa. Bonkar will be on the Ruckus with Flux Generator and Exaction for SunCommander's Cassie.
On the other side, Spunkki playing the Ripened Gourd. Kamyker with Bounce House. Creative with Accelerant. Mutustiina playing Recurve, Shaolin, and Unbelievable on Scorch Fernando. So looking for the damage. Cool.
So 0-0 here. We'll see the loadout there for Saris, just going for the complete right-click spam, cooldown reduction for her right-click blood pack, so she can heal herself a little bit while channeling as well. And then reducing the channeling time of that Veil, her movement ability that gets her safe from all damage, reducing that wind-up.
These orbs are fantastic as long as they don't hit a shield. They're going to spend a lot of time hitting shields this game, probably. But they're able to do a fair bit of damage and keep her alive as well as she builds up charges on enemies and fills space. Diving in the backline, though, it's unbelievable. And now Buck jumping in, but as you said before, who's he going to fight? Kamyker goes down immediately. Laizy cleaning up the kill, but I think the Ruckus did most of the damage.
Meanwhile, Laizy going off in the back line. We love to see it. It's been a long time. It looks like he did switch to Wormhole, in fact.
Bait and switch trade
there. So he'll blink in, and then he has 4 seconds to blink back to the location from whence he came. 50 Shades of Snek, 75% on the point. Already stunned out by the Grumpy Bomb. Ooh. See you later, Laizy. No, but thrown off the map. Thiel's signature move there. Mutustiina is going to take a swim here. WASD looking for the take back. Bomb King extremely low. Laizy coming back from spawn. He's going to be looking to clean up a lot of these kills in the backline as Thiel does fall.
Yeah, Thiel could not find an angle on that Bomb King to, actually nobody's going to be able to pick up that kill at all. SunCommander, though, is going to find Kamyker as the Buck does pick up 2. Now Unbelievable on the point, 66%, and he's zoning pretty well. The shield up, nobody's going to be able to break it. Cassie's not that good at it. Saris is terrible at breaking shields. And now it's just going to be 99%.
Wow,
WASD, they get it.
No contest from 50 Shades of Snek here as King Bomb does come over the top, maybe for the zone. He predicted that they would be clumping on the point, but the preemptive King Bomb was too good here. 2 minutes to get this push to conversion here. 50 Shades of Snek on the back foot.
I would have expected the Seris to go in. Shadow Travel makes her invisible and unkillable, so would have expected the contest. You can actually contest in Shadow Travel too, I'm pretty sure. Laizy, though, gets pretty low. His Ice Block not going to heal him, as we said before, and now Buck gets taken down by Thiel with a hook into the Ruckus miniguns. Looking over that wall real quick, not really able to see too much, but he's going to dive in, find a kill, and some cleanup onto spunkki, return to the support role.
Grumpy Bomb going to stun him out here as Ruckus doesn't really have the mobility at his disposal to move, but he's perfectly happy to just eat that and then keep firing those miniguns there. The star of that cinematic, just content to just fire away. Laizy pushing back all the members of WASD by himself, supported by Bird's long range, very high single target healing.
Yeah, awesome single target healing there coming out. And then the zoning is really strong as well. It's going to allow Seris to sort of fill space. Fill an entire corridor that someone's going to walk through. And each orb doesn't do very much damage, like 200 or something, right? But if she's walking forward, which makes the orbs naturally closer together, and she's filling a corridor, you just round the corner, you take like 800 damage to your face. It's so annoying.
Yeah, Seris, one of the healers, they're all pretty good early game. When Cauterize isn't online, healers are actually fairly good at just boxing out. But once the Cauterize comes online, it makes it a little bit of more struggle. But Seris, more so than any other healer in the game, can deal with flanks in her face, like the Buck that they picked right into the Seris.
That's right. And, you know, while Cauterize is very, very strong, 90%, it's only 1.5 seconds. So if Bird is communicating with his team well, timing his abilities right, he can get those heals on when Cauterize is off in that small window, because he heals so much damage so quickly.
So trying to fill up that space with those orbs right now. They are on the back foot. Mutustiina creeping up here, looking for a couple of pop shots. Laizy blinking in, blinking out, looking for some way to get into this fight here. It's not a good spot to hold really for the defensive team, so they just got to let the payload roll for a little bit.
Not a good spot for Laizy. Dread Serpent coming out, but it's not going to stop Thiel from going to the Ancient Rage. That Wolf will heal him to 10,000 health after a half-second delay. Spunkki, though, staying alive, healing his team up. Though 2 are down, they're going to respawn soon. And as long as there's no other picks, I think WASD still has a decent shot.
Basically every ultimate used there in that team fight, and will be 50 Shades of Snek that comes out, you know, on top for the time being. They are holding this defense a little bit strong there. That shot actually going to miss onto spunkki. He will eventually go down. Bird with the long range orbs going to be able to take him down. One interesting interaction is that Mutustiina, his ultimate on the Shaolin, the Heat Haze, he got scouted out by Cassie.
Yeah, if you're playing Cassie against the Shaolin and you want to really just piss him off, you save your ultimate. Every time he uses his, you use yours. Your entire team is going to be able to see him no problem. So absolutely hilarious interaction there if you are the Cassie player.
Very cool stuff. So the defense is going to hold, and we can take a look at maybe some of the items here being purchased by these teams. 50,000 healing, so Bird able to come out on top
for now.
The Maldon buff. Yes, for now, obviously. And the items starting to come through for both squads.
Yeah, it's going to be a collective 2, 4, 6, 7 ranks of Cauterize from Snek. So they do have more Cauterize than their opponents.
So walk me through how the Cauterize works. What does the level 2 Cauterize bring to the table?
That's right. So Cauterize is going to be 30, 60, 90% healing reduction. Wow. Once again, only for 1.5 seconds. So you got to maintain this debuff that applies whenever you shoot someone on them if you want to keep them healing reduced. If they get around cover, or Fernando, for example, put up a shield, that will fall off very quickly and they can be healed. So good shield timing for these tanks is very important. Makoa, his shield generally dies pretty quick, so Fernando, I think, does have the advantage in that specific circumstance.
Creatives laying down these bombs on top of these tanks, the ones that are easy to hit. Laizy blinks in, blinks immediately back out. Now he's into his ice block here, looking for it. Unbelievable is going to be able to find Laizy as the Winter Witch does come out of her ice block. Creatives falling lower and lower here. Needs to be very careful, but doing a good job staying together. WASD Sports have already found themselves 54% and climbing on this objective. Snek just struggling to find a way to get in here and break up this clump.
Yeah, they really can't get in. You know, Makoa, he's got the mobility, but without his ultimate, he doesn't necessarily have the staying power to be on that objective. Bird's getting some healing in, does have the ultimate available. We'll see if it gets used, but no, it's a double, triple coming out. And Bird cleaned up. That's all 5 dead.
All 5 members of Snek just getting absolutely obliterated by those ultimates there. And that's one of the big impact things here for WASD Sports. They just have more impactful team fight ultimates.
And really, it's only like 3, right? Sure, Buckwild is good for Buck specifically, and that can be good in a team fight. Same for Shaolin, but really it's the King Bomb, the Dread Serpent, and the Immortal that are the 5-man team fight ultimates.
Absolutely. Thiel does find a hook there onto Creatives, pulling him in and sending him back to base. Laizy's going to be forced to soar out and actually wormholes his way back up onto the high ground. Eats a fireball to the dome, though, in the process. But Thiel did find himself another kill. Mutustiina is forced to back up for the time being. No flick shots for him today.
You know, we have seen the Sarasalt cast. We haven't seen it really work yet. It's a very powerful ability. Yeah, very hard to get off in professional play, as it is blocked by shields and CC immunity and line of sight. But anyone that connects to the central orb that she throws out from her left-handed sensor is going to get pulled in and stunned for a brief moment. And at that point, at this level of play, everyone should die.
That's a free team fight there if you can land it. 3 picks defensively here. 450 Shades of Snek, big planted coming out from Mutustiina in the backline, and a follow-up fireball is actually able to confirm the kill there onto SunCommander. So there's a hole in the defense now for WASD to try and exploit.
Zoned very far back is WASD, and they're going to try and hold their ground as the Soul Orbs are coming through. Cassie has respawned. We'll be back in the fight momentarily. And really, there's kind of a lack of range damage coming out right now from WASD. They need the angle on their Bomb King and on their Shaolin if they're really going to be able to do that damage. So instead, they're just walking forward slowly with their Fernando.
So it's a little bit of an awkward angle here to try and hold Buck. Already very low here. It's very dangerous. Him to be bunking in. He's going to be punished for that bonker. Takes home that kill immediately. Mutustiina does find Laizy in the backline, though. Ruckus is at like 1 HP right now. Bonker, he's going to get that lifeline, though, from Saras to get him topped back up.
And the shield. Very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Protected in part by his teammates. Needs to hit that Dredge Anchor. Needs to find a pick here to stabilize this. Thiel, there's the Dread Serpent. They're going to stick him a couple of times here, but he's going to pop the Ancient Rage, swinging that anchor wildly here, trying to rip through some of the backliners of WASD, but he gets none.
And the healing from Saras is just enough to keep the Makoa alive to get that ultimate off. It's not going to matter in the long run, though, as Makoa will fall. Creative able to find that kill. Kamyker jumping out. He'll be ready to jump back in a moment as Laizy goes down. He's not going to need to jump at all, though. It is the conversion coming through. WASD walking their way into a second round conversion.
This is crazy. The gap close in the skill and of the scene right now. WASD, they've always been close. They've been the 3rd seed, right? But 50 Shades of Snek up until the Masters land was kind of that 1st seed. D69 kind of overthrowing them at some point during that qualification process. But these are the HRX Invitational champions. 50 Shades of Snek now down 3-1 here to WASD, the 3rd seed out of Europe.
So spunkki was the support player for the team that is currently Snek at HRX. Has he always been support for WASD, or is this a recent change?
He's not always been the support. He is just basically the main flex. This guy can play every character in the game. Whatever WASD need, spunkki has got it in the pool. Thiel looking for another hook off of the map there, but Fernando narrowly able to stay on. Charges his way back, throws up the shield, and now Thiel in a bit of a rough spot.
Yeah, I mean, he had to use his shield to get out of there. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive. We do see the big Soul Orb online. It's going to get a pull onto 2, but no follow-up, nothing. Cassie on the side. SunCommander goes down, and I just haven't seen him this game.
Just can't find the kills here. Creative's now getting the momentum on his side, and that can be a scary thing, especially when it's the Bomb King player ripping through all of the members of 50 Shades of Snek. Thiel shell spinning to safety. Laizy getting stunned out again and crushed by Mutustiina.
You know, I'm still loving this Saras, but I just don't think the damage is really coming through for Snek. Laizy doesn't feel like he's doing enough on Eevee. SunCommander, I don't know what he's doing on Cassie. And really just felt like the members of WASD weren't dying because they weren't taking damage.
Yeah, even though they had their first pick, they had their Makoa. It's just been so important to their strategy. 50 Shades of Snek come up short in a big way here to the tune of 4 points to 1. So they're going to be sent back to the drawing board, trying to figure it out. Top damage on the team was SunCommander. Cassie can do that, but just nowhere near the damage numbers there from Creatives and Mutustiina.
I mean, I think maybe they were just too unsafe, right? Like, Eevee and Cassie did a lot of damage, sure, but 9 deaths.
On the Bomb King, 3 deaths on Mutustiina. They weren't under enough pressure there. Laizy 9 and 9. 49,000
Yeah,
damage.
he was the one under pressure.
It's a struggle, right? Because that is their primary flanker, the Eevee, but it's Mutustiina. The Shaolin is so good against flankers.
Him.
You just stun him into the wall, put him in the plant, and Bomb King can go toe-to-toe with basically any character in the game. So it's very difficult for him to try and bring those two down. And just a good draft there from WASD.
Kamyker able to just do enough disruption too, right? 37,000 damage, not impressive. But what is impressive...
That was kind of, I think, the weakest part of
the
their
butterfly
draft.
effect, though, right? He's able to jump in, take a lot of damage, jump back out, get healed, jump back in.
It is scary to kind of have that,
he's not
face.
He's not the dude that's doing stuff well in the stats. He's doing stuff well practically in the game. So let's check game 2 and see if Snek can fix their strategy on Bright Marsh, trying all the new things.
They're going to need something
Pip's hometown.
Maybe we'll see a Willow.
I've actually heard about some alien sightings in this area, so maybe we'll see some Invader Pip.
Maybe.
Alien chickens.
Bright Marsh, the new map.
Space chickens, actually, is the technical term.
The Space Chickens. Hopefully we'll see it there. Going to head to the champion draft for game number 2 between 50 Shades of Snek and WASD Sports on the newest map in the realm, Bright Marsh.
Yeah, so excited to see this map played competitively. We did have it in the test queue, so thank you everyone who played test queue when Atrium was up there, or who has played test queue since and before. It did help us choose this map to get made into Bright Marsh, and it's been really awesome seeing the results of that. Makoa first picked. Unsurprising, new map. I think this map's really good for front lines. I actually quite like Anara on this map because she's got a door that she can put a wall in.
Sure.
Right? And it actually does slow things down a lot, but don't think we'll see her just yet. Bomb King and Androxus picked up for Snek. They're waiting on the front lines. Meldama picked up. And I think the advantage of Snek having Saris in their arsenal, they don't really have to worry about prioritizing their supports because they've got twice as many options as everybody else.
Absolutely. And so I like these picks a little bit more from Snek. SunCommander is basically associated with Androxus, just as Pardo is. You know, we always have those famous player-champion associations, and this is definitely a key one. Laizy has practiced up the Bomb King tremendously in these recent months here, where he's kind of come back into the meta, so that's going to be a strong pick for Snek as well. Meldama Cassie coming out from WASD. Saris Fernando this time for 50 Shades of Snek.
Nando for the front line, very good with that Saris. As you mentioned, Buck coming here through. We saw it for the disruption before. How is Buck against Androxus? Is that like a decent matchup?
It's a decent matchup. It's gonna come down to Buck can chase him a little bit. He can keep up with Androxus, which is one of the big things, and as well as the heroic leap damage is area based, so it will go through reversal, which is a big part kind of Androxus there, being able to catch some damage and throw it on back. And with his recent buffs, I'd imagine the matchup's going to be that much closer.
Double frontline now with double shields. This is going to be very good for Saris. Last round we saw the Ruckus. Ruckus is very good at mitigating damage. He doesn't have any way to take a break from that Cauterize, and they were relying on the Shell Shield for both tanks. We saw it used effectively, but it didn't really ever go far enough. Now spunkki, healing for his team yet again, Ripen Gourd for the practical slow. Exaction coming out from Mutustiina and Bounce House from Kamyker. No surprises there. Ice Block, Reprieve on Eevee, maybe it'll be Wormhole, who knows, and Half Shell for Unbelievable, not going all in on the pull.
So Bird there on his Saris will be running Mortal Reach, the healing-based legendary Darkstalker for SunCommander's Androxus, Architectonics this time for Bonkers, Barrack, Scorch for Thiel's Fernando, and Accelerant for Laizy's Bomb King 2. 3 Cauterizes coming out immediately. I'm so excited for this game right now. I cannot wait to see these guys play on this map. This is brand spanking new, came out this week, looking so beautiful. All these aesthetics are just gorgeous as teams ride up to Clash and spread some blood on it.
Oh man, Bonker though, he's not even gonna get to see it. Runs right through the point, immediately dies. No support from his team. In the corridor, Laizy gonna fall as well. Bomb King, he's okay inside as long as he has the advantage, right? But he's got nowhere to go. You don't either, but with friends, he's just gonna die. Wow. And it looks like Snek is just falling left and right.
He lived. Unbelievable. Somehow comes away with his life. 300 HP with 2 members of Snek breathing down his neck. finds the way out. Mutustiina does clean up Bird as well. Cute little spray on the wall there just for the fans. 84% already.
This map is beautiful. Don't deface that. I do not endorse that spray.
No graffiti on the new map. 96% and climbing. WASD looking for the first payload of the game here. Trading out kill for kill. Mutustiina with 2 already. Looking for more in the backline. Smells the blood in the water. Creatives takes down Laizy. Overtime has been started here for 50 Shades of Snek. They need to get on it and they can't. WASD are going to come away with the first payload.
You know, I wonder, we did see Eevee blink into a wall there. I wonder if that was a mistake. His creative's getting very low. We'll get burned down by that Fernando. Fernando does do some damage over time. It's a little bit of a unique factor with his weapon, and very good against flankers like Eevee who try to get away.
Absolutely. 2 minutes remain here, so she's going to need to break away a little bit earlier from that fight as that damage over time effect is placed by Fernando's Flamelance. 2 minutes to push this one to conversion. The kills are starting to come through for WASD. They're going to be able to get this momentum up and rolling there, but bonkar does find Mutustiina up from the high ground, and the fight continues, but the Architectonic turrets, their hit scan, they're going to take down that flying Eevee easy.
Yeah, they pretty much hit everything, and now spunkki forced to run away from zoning Barrack. Zone control Barrack in the building.
That, huh?
I mean, kind of, right? Like, that's what turrets do, but I wouldn't expect it over such a long range, including the help of his weapon, right? But he's just constantly putting out damage. And this is just this weird thing that we see every so often in a Paladins match, right? Where a team loses the objective pretty hard, but they're still able to control the cart at the objective. Absolutely. So something weird's happening here.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit of a fluke here losing that team fight. They dropped a very early pick there, but that's the strength of Makoa, just dragging you in and letting his team just put you in the dirt. A minute remains here. Gotta get this push off, gotta get it moving somehow. They are starting to get some picks here. You can see now on the back foot, Bird's just gonna fall away and let them push some of the distance here on this payload, but they have got a long way to go and only 50 seconds to do it.
Sarah's has the very powerful ability to, her heal to cast it requires direct sight of your ally, but once it's cast, it'll keep going. You can walk through 3-4 walls, because otherwise it would just break all the time. Now Buck in the front, he's got his Buck wild, but he wasn't ready.
Laizy just gonna drive that kill home with the Bomb King. A lot of damage coming out from him right now. Half Shell will come down to try and keep the rest of his team safe, and Laizy does go down. In fact, Mutustiina able to find a beautiful angle on him to just box him out from the safety of that shell shield. Now Thiel's in a bad spot as well. Creative's gonna find that one, and all the while the payload continuing to roll.
15 seconds, they're gonna push it up to under that little sky bridge there. But the question is, are they gonna be able to get through the choke? Bomb King throwing that Grumpy Bomb through the little hole in the wall. There's actually an aerial flank route that Eevee can take to the left over here that I think not a lot of players know about just yet, but it's very, very cool.
Definitely the coolest flank route in the game by far.
Yeah, it's very scenic.
Being started up here, very secretive, there's the first pick of the engagement though. spunkki. His tank's going to be stunned out, but he's going to throw that gore deep into the back lines, provide a little healing for one of his flankers if they need it, as well as a slow for all the enemies standing in. There's the dome shield. bonkar says no more. 3 turrets on the ground for Daddy Barrack. SunCommander finding 2 kills in this engagement. Mutustiina has the potential to carry this one, but he's going to be shut down by bonkar. It's just the healer and the tank left alive. spunkki's going to fall. Overtime continues to tick, but it will be expiring here shortly as Unbelievable, the final member of WASD, falls.
But I think looking at the ultimates, I want to say it's in favor of WASD, right? They're missing Scout. It is good at the start of a round, but it's not vital for a team fight. And that Dome Shield, man, that's going to be really important for the capture point. So Snek they still have a defensive ultimate. They still have Immortal, and they've still got great ultimate combos, but they are missing a very strong team fight ultimate that I think has to be a key component of their draft. We'll see if they can land a Ceres Convergence this game and follow up on it. Because if they can, I mean, Grumpy Bomb, or Bomb King's King Bomb, or Drox's Accursed Arm, man, it's dead.
Anything at that point. That's what we're talking about. If you can land this Convergence, it's a very easy team fight win from there on. But that's the toughest part about it. Looks like Bird has gotten all the red customizations for that Sarah, so looking real nice there on the new map as well. 1-1 is the scoreline here. Both teams evenly matched, looking for this second payload. There comes the Convergence, trying to time it with the Shell Shield falling, but they're just going to disregard it and go on this Makoa that is now out of position, who popped the Ancient Rage just to continue this fight. Immortals pop to keep him alive. Everyone is under a lot of pressure right now from 50 Shades of Snek.
And actually, Bird, unable to go invisible while healing, will get taken down there with 3 dead, 4 dead, and just a Fernando at 10% health. There you go. It's going to be a pretty clean wipe for 50 Shades of Snek. And now WASD, man, they've got 60% on the board. And they're zoning right outside the base.
Really?
Love the dismount on Kamyker.
Yeah, really strong dismounts coming out, zoning potential here, and as well as that Ice Storm in that last fight from Creatives, really strong. And coming out on top of the 1v1 there in the backline with the Bomb King as well is going to be a boon for his team. WASD trying to take this one back. Already 90% done. 1 kill for each team now. There's a second one. There's a third one. They're trading out blood for blood at this point here. All that's left is Fernando. They got to get through him, and they're going to convert this second payload.
The stuns, man, so beautiful. Ooh, that was a little awkwardly timed, but I think it's going to be fine. Nothing lost but Spunkki's pride there. And he's going to keep contesting this cart. As you continually contest an objective, the overtime timer will get shorter and shorter to ensure that the round does eventually end. And WASD, they are going to capture the objective. They're in decent positioning to start pushing this cart forward as long as they don't lose anyone on the high ground.
Creatives on this EV blinking in, soaring out as he's not running Wormhole. He's running that Reprieve Legendary when he gets into that ice block. He will full heal, but Laizy is able to spot him out, use that area damage to take him out around the corner there. They're smelling blood in the water as well on this turtle. It's very low HP, is just barely able to get around that corner before being taken out by the Bomb King. Once again, the area damage paying big for WASD.
Yeah, and Mutustiina and Kamyker going down. An excellent zoning from Snek yet again. Maybe this is all like a bit of a ruse, right? Maybe they're just buying time because they're absolutely dominating these fights after the capture point. They just can't get initial control.
Yeah, despite having that double frontliner, struggling to capture that payload push. 1 minute 30 remains. And this is where they're starting to take off, right? Because they've given just a minute last round for WASD to try and push this payload the entire distance. And it's almost the same scenario here as the clock starts to tick down closer and closer to that 1 minute mark, and there's still a very long way to go on that payload push. SunCommander in a bad spot here. He's going to give up the first pick of this fight over the WASD.
There's always a bit of a dilemma at this point as we see the Dread Serpent come out. Ultimate's trying to push that cart forward. It's only going to be the one. Cassie doing good damage here. Will be able to clean up that kill. And here's the question, right? You're like a minute 30 left on the payload cart. Do you use your ultimate and start building it back up? Do you save it for the next round? Because if you use it, you might not have it. But if you save it, that's like 50% ult charge at the least that you're just not getting in a game, that you're not using. You're getting less ultimates overall. So it's a bit of a difficult question. Convergence coming out is going to result in a kill as Kamyker goes down, getting pulled by the Soul Orb.
Very, very tough question a lot of teams are going to have to answer there is whether or not to use those ultimates there. And the dot, once again, in combination with those hit scan turrets, takes down Creatives. Mutustiina does find Laizy, but now is in a bit of a rough spot. Gets that dodge roll off, but goes down to Bird on that Saris. Surging forward now, SunCommander on his end. Drox is getting very aggressive with a couple of members of WASD, fighting for his life against Buck, but now he's got support.
1v1.
1v1.
Easy.
That's a Cret 1v1 right
That's
there.
right. That's right. That's how we do it. SunCommander on the Androx has been playing very, very well. Good to see him back on the stage with his team. 50 Shades of Snek will defend and tie it up 2-2. So really no advantage here, right? It should be dead even. Let's take a look at the itemization for both of these teams.
It's kind of weird to see that, right? Because they are losing the payload pretty handily, and then they just hold the entire round.
Hard hold, man. Hard hold. And maybe it's just, WASD not really figuring out where they need to go to get the push. Which high grounds they need to hold, what flank routes they need to take. I don't know. We do see 5 cauterizing on the board from Snek. They just don't want to let spunkki ever heal anything at all. They just don't want him to have fun.
Yeah, he's too good there, and only 1 wrecker for WASD Sports, despite being 2 shields on the side of Snek. But now all late game items coming out there, those red items, the offensives, the shield breakers, the anti-healers are all in full swing. So we'll see if that has an influence on some of these team fights. Snek gonna have to be able to find a payload win here because you can't win the game off defense.
But they did pick up Master Riding, and I like that. I think that's gonna allow them to get control of this capture point like they just did. And now Immortal dropped as Makoasi's gonna stay alive. He's using Ancient Rage, but I think this team fight's starting to go the way of Snek as they pick up 3. WASD with that Cassie, she's not gonna be able to do anything. Evie hopefully can get out, but she's not gonna find any kills. And actually Laizy, boom, boom, picking up a kill. Snek just one and done. They got the point. That's
a lot
it.
Of great use of ultimates
over.
there. They were fighting the entire time from that point. So trying to get in here, trying to stall out as long as he can. Thiel turning his sights onto spunkki. There comes the Dread Serpent as well, trying to stabilize WASD. Don't want to let this one go just yet, but the kills coming through. 2 for 1 thus far in favor of Snek. Overtime has been started here. It's going to be a rough situation. A fireball to the dome is going to take down Mutustiina. Laizy finds spunkki as well. Kamyker here on the buck, trying to stall as long as he can, but he falls one at a time as they go. 99%. 50 Shades of Snek capture with the chance to take the game.
You know, I think that master riding really made the difference. That point fight, 10 out of 10. The zoning, 8 out of 10. They contested, they maybe shouldn't have, but it was totally fine. WASD, though, man, they're pushing forward. They're actually going to find a few kills. I think Snek overextended right after that capture.
Yeah, they try to keep their momentum high. It's kind of the way that they like to play here. 2 minutes remain. We'll see if WASD can hold this payload as well as 50 Shades of Snek has done in the previous rounds. Nice hook is actually going to pull Laizy out of position there and be enough of a window for creatives to drive it home. Mutustiina deep in the backline here, trying to stay alive, fighting around very masterfully against all of these tanks, trying to incite a little bit of damage here coming out. 2 more kills for Unbelievable. 50 Shades of Snek losing this fight. They're going to have to back up.
Yeah, running away. Bird is low, but we'll go into the shadow travel. So he is invisible and unhittable. Able to regroup with his team. Now 4 alive as Snek groups back up. They got a minute 30, so they can get on this point because this is really not a great place to defend.
Absolutely here. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Brand new map. Team's trying to figure it out. Where can we hold? Where do we have to give up? Bright Marsh here has a lot of good spots to hold throughout the payload push, which is maybe why we're seeing a lot of these defenses hold very strong here. 1 minute remains. 50 Shades of Snek still have a long way to go.
Yeah, and now backing up is the Androxus. As you said, the damage will go through reversal, but his team able to help him out, and SunCommander healing up just enough. Creative on that Eevee. Gonna blink away. Androxus getting greedy, wants the kill, but I think that was a mistake. Just let her go. Just let it go, man.
Let her go.
Let it go.
That winner witch. She's too elusive there.
She
40
is, yeah.
seconds remain.
And that's a key bait with Eevee. That's what they want. They want you to chase her, A, because she's very hard to catch. She's got a lot of options. Her cooldowns will come back up. B, AoE weapons are great at just spamming around corners. Yeah. You can just say, I think they're coming around this corner right now. Boom, 800 damage, easy.
There we go, 20 seconds remain. Long way to go, about halfway still for Snek to push this payload through. 1 kill for each team right now. spunkki in a bit of a bad spot's gonna be found out and taken down by Thiel. Up he goes and off the map.
There's actually a no swimming sign over there to
Thiel,
the left.
don't you know?
SunCommander, can you go look at the sign? Oh, all right, that's cool.
Thiel with a little bit of a taste of his own medicine there, taking a swim in that Bright Marsh swamp. So the defense is going to hold. We're here. 3-3 scenario on Bright Marsh. Neither team able to crack defensively.
Dig in the burrito spray.
There we go. Got to rep it.
They earned it.
They did earn it.
That's right. And now it's the final round, 3-3. Whoever captures this point will win it. Let's take a look at the items, see if maybe Master Riding has gotten a bit further. And so it hasn't been ranked 2, but bonkar and Laizy are going to pick that up. Kamyker, Unbelievable with Master Riding 2. They're going to get to the point first, like hands down. And I think that is a key change in strategy. Yeah. So WASD, man, they negated the advantage that Snek bought last round.
So the Master Riding going to speed up those mounts out of spawn, as you can see, going to be very quick out of the gate. Thiel pulling ahead with his Master. I feel like we're casting a horse race now.
That's right, it is. Right coming around the bend.
Coming around the bend here on the point now. 3-3. 50 Shades of Snek trying to get this one. Has the Fernando shield up. Grumpy Bomb will come out charging forward into the back line, forcing out the Ancient Rage. It's going to be a good job of David Dale.
Immortal coming out, and it's going to be the shield on the point, holding their ground, but no real damage coming out as an Unbelievable fall. spunkki as well. Kamyker in the front. He's going to have some trouble, but Creatives finds a return kill coming around. SunCommander 1 to the fate. Mutustiina is going to fall. Creatives as well trying to juke around, but Kamyker is coming back around 30%. Everybody's going round and round, and that's in favor of Snek. They're regrouping. Now it's time for fight number 2.
Yeah, they're going to have to fight once again. They're going to have to come on top twice The zone not quite as strong this time around. 50% already on the point. Great angle here for SunCommander to drive these kills home in the back line. No cooldowns for spunkki. He falls as well. Mutustiina caught out between Bird and SunCommander. One more shot's gonna do it.
Oh, Bird played that so well. 3 people just died trying to kill Bird.
It's a fool's errand chasing around a Saris. There's the King Bomb as well, just to zone nobody there. I mean, that's lazy fashion right there, though.
Yep.
Had to get that one out of the way, didn't you, Kev?
Well, but you know, you hear it, maybe you don't go in. I want to give that to him. It was well timed. Maybe there was nobody there, but it was a good time to use an ultimate. Now, 99% on the point, 2 tanks, a Bomb King, some damage, and it's going to be Snek. They're going to take it. No problem whatsoever in that final round. Everything else was hard, but that final round, they had it.
That's the NA ult.
That was the plan.
Can I get the NA ults in chat, boys? or Laizy ult. He's kind of in a class of
This
zone
is
now.
zoning ult, man.
I gotta call him out. That was trash. That was
the
too
zoning
early.
King
Far
Bomb.
too early there on the King Bomb, but still 92,000 damage. A lot of members of Snek actually breaking that 100K barrier there. Bonkar, the Godslayer.
Dude, Thiel the Hunter's daughter?
Barrick, the Godslayer.
What? I didn't.
SunCommander doesn't even have the title. Come on, son.
Come on, man. All right, we got 3 Godslayers in this match. We got a Pip, we got a Drogos, and everyone is basically not playing the champion they have the title for, so I gotta dig it. But really, man, that Saris, the healing, it matches up. It matches up. 102K versus 98K. Very hard to kill.
Pretty close.
10 deaths to 3. That's the key difference.
That is the key there. It's so difficult to bring down this Saris. The shadow travel, you mentioned, it's so good.
It's
you go invisible,
crazy, dude.
And even you can. There is the soft reveal, right? So you can still
There is a soft
see her,
reveal,
but you can't do anything.
It is a 1-second cast.
Yeah.
So if you do stun her, Makoa hook, she's dead.
Yep.
Straight dead. Let's take a look at map 3. I bet we're gonna see Saris again from Bird.
Saris has been running very, very
It's
strong.
gonna be picked by WASD or Bird's gonna play it. I think that's just the way it's gonna go for every map, including Jaguar Falls, which, hey, it's a tank map.
Absolutely.
And you know who loves tanks?
Snek
loves tanks.
Snek loves tanks. Willow hates tanks. Hopefully we get to see some of that. Very good at breaking up those point break compositions here. Let's head to the champion draft here for game number 3 on Jaguar Falls. A very tank-heavy map, like you mentioned here. So Drogo's going to be highly prioritized. The Bomb King as well. Maybe even a Shaolin this time around.
And the Makoa.
Here we go.
Yep, we got to mention the Makoa.
Very
every
highly
time.
prioritized.
Yep. So who's going to be next? Ruckus? Sure.
Okay.
Yep. Well, you know, we covered it last set, right? He's fat, he's on the point, he shields everybody, it makes sense. Though, as we saw in game 1, he doesn't have that shield to create a window for his team to drop Cauterize. And I think that is very crucial at the support level of play we're seeing these matches. Yeah, so these players are able to time their healing around Cauterize, and that's instrumental.
Going for the Bomb King, moving on through the picks for Snek. I expect a Drogos here to come out from WASD to try and counter out some semblance of these tanks.
I don't know if they have to pick Maldamba that early, man.
They want to get it. Dread Serpent, I think, it's basically when
I
you
don't
pick.
think Snek's gonna play it though.
When you pick a Ying versus a Maldamba, you're probably just asking yourself, how important is Dread Serpent and the control that Maldamba is offering things like Ripen Gourd. It's very important on this map. So WASD want to take that one away early and probably not show it. I don't think taking a Maldamba shows as much of your hand.
I think it's that they want to not show anything, or they want to counter.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
And same thing for Snek. They will always pick Laizy's dude last. So all you know is that Laizy's probably not playing Bomb King or Cassie, right? He might play Bomb King.
Yeah.
But that final pick, that's the Laizy pick.
That's the counter.
It's either his or he takes one of the other champions. But that's his spot, man.
Pip and Drogos locked in finally. So Snek.
Well, actually, no, sorry, that's the healer this game. My bad.
Yeah.
But usually, Laizy's spot.
You're going to pick up probably the Ying or the Saris at this point. Maybe going for the Ying this time, as Saris can't really do as good of a job healing multiple tanks, multiple targets, people behind walls and stuff as Ying can do. She can spawn those prisms with her ultimate.
Yeah, like Saris can heal through walls once she gets the cast.
Yeah, it's all about that.
Ying can literally just heal around corners, right?
Yep.
You just spawn your illusion around the corner.
And there it goes.
She handles it.
Off to the races.
You can just go get some coffee.
Could potentially be the final game of this semifinal set here between Snek and WSD Sports. Ripen Gourd for spunkki's Maldamba Kamyker.
Yeah, it cannot be the final game.
Oh, it's 1-1 right now. I forgot.
It's all right. It's been a long day. All right, so spunkki, Ripen Gourd, Kamyker,
not yet
Plucker,
selected.
Half Shell, we'll find out. Fusillade on Drogo's, Godslayer on Androxus, Catalyst on Unbelievable.
Bird going to go for that focusing lens this time around. SunCommander taking exaction for his Cassie. Laizy with the accelerant bomb king. bonkar will pick up Flux Generator for his Ruckus, and it will be Scorch finally for Thiel's Fernando, and it ended up being half shell for Kamyker's.
Solid choice. Totally down. Now heading into the point, Snek, it's been so important for them as a team to get their position early. But right now nobody wants to do it because it's basically no man's land, and if you stand in that hole, you will die.
You don't want to get dredge anchored in too early, but being very careful about how they approach this fight. Snek going to be the first ones to step on the point and just say, we're cool to stand here. We got this Fernando shield that we can throw up. Nobody giving up too much ground. It actually is Makoa that goes in. Dredge anchor. SunCommander back in for first blood, but will pay for it with his life. Kills 1 for 1 right now. Nobody on the point just yet, but having that double front liner, Snek is going to be able to easily bully their way onto that zone.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think that trade was worth it. Well, we can prove it wasn't worth it because it was 1 for 4. But really, Makoa had to go out of position to get that kill on the Cassie, who is really like just playing damage this game. She really doesn't do anything but shoot people. She's not providing utility to her team. She's not really defending anyone. So really, I don't think that's the player that you need to pull. It's got to be Bomb King. Maybe Ying if you can kill her before she's unstunned.
Sure, overtime going to be started here by Snek, trying to get back in there and contest WASD, but Bomb King is tracking down the Dragon. It's going to drive it home as well. No Worm Jet's legendary, so not a lot of speed coming through here. Double kill for Laizy as he continues to shred this backline. Triple kill for the King.
Boom, His Majesty coming through with the payload capture and the rest of his team. Now he's going to go forward, sailing elegantly through that hole like a giant deadly bomb. Bombs do fly through the air, actually.
He can just continue to contest these players of WSD around the corner because he does explode in that area, but now contesting Maldamba in a narrow hallway where he can land those stuns. Ripe and Gore is going to nearly lock you in place as a 40% slow, and a shooter may as well be a root because these guys have incredibly accurate aim. 1 minute 50 seconds remain here for them to try and get this one through. 2 picks going the way of Snek. That make it 3. Double kill for SunCommander in the backline.
There we go.
A very good look for them to find conversion.
Yeah, and really the only thing stopping Snek right now is the payload cart slowly making its way towards the capture point. It is going to allow WASD to respawn. They can't get picked right now. Luckily, Pip is pretty hard to kill. He's actually going to find a chicken, kill a chicken, but Laizy returns the favor as Dread Serpent comes out. Ying providing some healing for her team as Immortal's going to keep everyone but the Ying alive.
Creatives finding 2 here, trying to stabilize. King Bomb coming in over the top.
Oh,
they won't
stepped
even
off.
need it, but they do get 2 for their trouble.
Zoning King Bomb, dude.
He
presses it.
That's an actual zoning
Everybody
King Bomb.
just is like, oh hell, I got to get off the point.
We can't do anything.
And then they die, or they lose.
I mean, that's
They still died, actually.
they still died. 2 of them still did. 11 streak for Laizy on the King, looking to redeem himself after whiffing that hot ulti last game.
I think he just did.
Thiel. This is the dynamic duo, right? These 2 guys run into the backline. Thiel trying to keep Laizy safe while he kills everyone mercilessly, and they're both on very, very strong streaks here, 11 and 10 respectively.
Yeah.
As some of these second-tier offensive items come online.
I mean, it's Cauterize. You already know. I do like the record pickups just to make Thiel's shield useless. Or nearly useless, because he isn't playing Aegis. It's a 15-second cooldown. It's pretty long, so you can just kill that shield in 1, 2, 3 seconds, and then it's gone. Laizy, though, he's pulled. He doesn't have his Poppy Bomb available. That's one of the key weaknesses of Bomb King. It's a long cooldown on that movement. You can go very far, and then you can't get out.
So there's the key dredge anchor that WASD need. There's another one coming through. A lot of damage to follow that one up. It's going to be a guaranteed kill there on SunCommander. 35% on the point already. 0-2. WASD making a good case here to get themselves back in this game.
Not going to call out the Dragon's Fury just flying around. He was sightseeing.
He retains 30% of his ultimate charge.
That's true. That's true. 30%. Nice little refund if you miss. Few champions have that ability. Now Mutustiina, he's just gonna throw some rockets out, look for some zoning, but it's actually Snek getting back on the point. This is a result of the Androxus getting picked off. Pip very low as well, and if he falls, actually this could be an important kill onto bonkar, who I have no idea what he was doing there. And it looks like the tanks for Snek are just out of position entirely. Coming around the side though, pushing in. Mutustiina and the rest of his team, they can get on this objective, and they've got a decent shot.
Trying to buy time for Thiel to get back on this table. Bird will step foot on it just to set that overtime timer if it comes to that, and it will. WASD starting the overtime with 3 picks. It looks like Snek's just going to have to give this one up.
Yeah, and it's going to be 1-2. If they can get the conversion, they can tie it up. If they don't, they'll be down 3-1 by the end of this round. Creative's doing some decent damage on Androxus. His ultimate is ready, and you can see that revolver cylinder is glowing with evil god-slaying energy, accursed energy. Now Creative's, he's pushing forward, landing some good shots. Haven't found the kill just yet as Laizy takes down Mutustiina. I don't even know what he was doing that far forward.
There's 2 picks for this team fight so far. 2 minutes remain here, and this payload's already made it about halfway. So Snek very much so on the back foot. They can't afford to give up too many more picks here. That's the exact situation in which they put WASD, and WASD just couldn't find the stabilization. There's a nice pickup, though. There's 3 kills going the way of Snek already, so this is going to be a strong defensive opportunity for them to hold. The payload will, in fact, start rolling backwards if there is no offensive team members pushing it.
Yeah, it takes a little bit, and it's pretty slow, but it does create just a bit more breathing room. And you can actually see the payload slowly creeping backwards. Its wheels moving. As it rolls back down that hill, now Laizy, he's got his Poppy Bomb, his King Bomb available. But that one just slid off the side of a rock.
Grumpy Bomb going to come out to zone as well. No kills coming through just yet, but WASD are taking up their offensive positions. Shell spinning around, trying to find the dredge anchor onto somebody. Laizy continuing just to poke out. He will be met. Uh-oh, this could be a big reversal if it lands, but it won't. First couple kills coming through, trading out 1 for 1 thus far here. The offensive team will be at a disadvantage, though. The respawn proximity is going to be big. They're finding more and more bombs. Kamyker does not go down just yet. Creative is going to be dropped by Laizy. Grumpy Bomb comes out. Unbelievable. Trying to win this duel with a Bomb King. It's a fool's errand there. It's just too much damage to go toe-to-toe with.
Yeah, and with that Cauterize, man, it's going to really stop Pip from healing himself in the 1v1 fights, which is a key part of what makes Pip tick. But tick, tick, tick is that Grumpy Bomb zoning off WASD. They've got 25 seconds to push forward, and it's going to be pretty rough if they want to get this conversion.
I mean, when you're struggling to get this payload and you have a Makoa on your squad, I don't know why you don't just go back to that. Just wait for the dredge anchor to come up, pull somebody, and everybody all together take them down, get the free man advantage, and continue to roll here. This team fight has been very spread out. A couple of just different skirmishes happening all around the map. You can see everybody just kind of brawling it out. Only 1 second remains here. The overtime will be started here, but it's 2 for 2. 3 members remain from both teams. Now, only 2 offensive members remain here. Can the boys, Creatives and Kamyker, carry this one through? He's very low with no healer. Bonkar's going to put him in the dirt. 50 Shades of Snek going to benefit from that defense point and put themselves up 3-1 here.
3-1, 3-1, 5 ultimates on the board. No master riding from the team of Snek. Mutustiina's got it. What's that about?
He's going to just want to be able to get around the corner the fastest, prime that salvo, launch up into the air, and just have the jump on everybody, whether it be with a fire spit, whether it be with a salvo. But the big thing here, the resilience is coming out for both tanks from 50 Shades of Snek.
Yeah, and so that is going to, I think, really be about the Pip ultimate.
Absolutely.
And the Maldamba. It's really those two. You know, maybe the pull a little bit. There's a stun at the tail end. That's going to get shorter. But really, they just don't want to be a chicken for too long, because that's how you die.
Exactly. So getting out of that crowd control early is going to be very important. Doesn't need master riding. Laizy just comes right over the top. Great positioning here from the King. It's one of those little tricks you can do to get out of the gate a little bit quicker. 6% already on the point here. Looking for that dredge anchor. That's going to be the opening key, and it's going to whiff here. So that's another 6 to 9 seconds.
Beautiful advance backwards, by the way, from the Ruckus, just to backstep that dredge anchor, like straight up backstep. FGC coming at you.
Now here comes the King Bomb over the top. CC immunity while he's in that Dread Serpent there. It's going to stun out 2. Finds the kill onto 1. SunCommander finds the killing blow onto 2 there. There's 3 already going the way of Snek. 72% on the point as well, as they just clean up this team fight for free. This game is probably going to go their way unless a huge play comes in from Mutustiina. It doesn't even make it to the point.
He didn't even touch
down mid-flight.
I think what happened was Laizy heard it. He knew which direction it was coming from. He said, this is the fastest route. I'm going to put some bombs there.
Boom. Clap.
That's it. Boom, clap, sound of your heartbeat, blah, 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 blah. I love Charlie XCX.
So that's going to be it for game number 3. 50 Shades of Snek moving up there 2-1. Have the
71K.
chance
Look at
to
that.
take it. A lot of damage coming out from the King once again.
Game 3.
About 20K above everybody else.
Laizy
24
kills
and 2.
everybody. It's an important strategy that Snek has always had in their playbook. This game, we'll just have Laizy kill everybody.
I like that one.
And then we're good.
It's my favorite strategy.
Solid.
Very good to pull off as well. Not a lot of huge damage numbers, but, you know, they had 2 supports and a tank as well. The Pip Ultimate, it didn't really swing the game as much as it should have, because once the resiliences come online, it just becomes too difficult to bring down those tanks quick enough.
Overall, we really haven't seen a huge Pip ult today, right? We've seen a lot of Pips and a lot of Pip ults, but I don't feel like I've seen everyone get turned into chickens and get murdered or hunted down. It's really been 1 or 2 kills, because when you are a chicken, you do actually get a move speed boost.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
What about when you're an
chickens run fast.
Okay, so which chicken is the best chicken? The rooster, the New Year's rooster, the base chicken,
the new one,
or the alien chicken?
Alien chicken, dude.
They're
it's
just genetically
green.
superior.
It's genetically it's a GMO chicken.
GMO chicken.
The GMO chicken. It's good for you.
Oh man, that's
extra vitamins. That's why it's green. It's like a vegetable. It's healthy.
Eat your veggies at home, kids.
That's
4th
right.
game will be on Serpent Beach. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and get you guys straight on into that champion draft here. See what the guys are going to be picking. In the last set, it was mobility being king here on this map.
Who do you think is going to take this map?
Very importantly. Probably it's too early to
I got to
tell.
go with Snek. 100%.
Okay, why?
Serpent Beach, dude.
Ooh.
It's their map, dude.
I didn't see you going there.
Yeah.
I didn't see you going there. But
The bad joke. Let's go. It's a staple of the casting experience.
It's a staple.
Makoa is a staple of the draft. I think we'll
pretty
say
good.
it every game.
I don't know
today.
how I didn't pick up on that. Box would be so disappointed in me. Box would have
you know.
snagged that up.
Yeah,
in a
he would have
heartbeat.
immediately. He would have done it even if I wasn't gonna. If I was gonna say something intelligent, he would have said that.
He would have made
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But joke's on you. I'm a joker.
Is king. So
Yeah, so it's gonna be probably Laizy on the bomb gang. Hoping for the Laizy kills everybody strategy again. If that fails, they do have the backup at
SunCommander.
Droxus. SunCommander, I think, did a lot better on the Droxus than he did on the Cassie. He did fine last game, but we did see like a dope double kill at the enemy base for the first conversion, but that was really the only highlight reel play. Makoa, Ruckus, Maldamba, so WASD taking the double tank lineup.
They could take Zrogos here and just kind of shred this this tanky lineup that's looking to just kind of be sitting on the point, but it will be the Fernando. Probably want to grab their tank, their healer there, and just leave the final pick open to counter pick this time. No, but it will be the Cassie.
Right.
So they're going to take all their damage and just go ahead and pick up either Ying. Probably they could make the Saris work this game, in fact.
Yeah, why?
Because they only have 1 tank to heal up this time around, and it's a very mobile composition thus far, so they're going to be very spread out.
And with Mortal Reach, you can increase the range of your heal. It goes so far. Serpent Beach, you got a clean view.
Yeah.
Like you're a healing sniper to the vantage point.
Shaolin Buck, the final 2 selections here from WASD. Again, I don't know about the Buck. It's great on this map, though, in particular. So they got to have something to be able to chase down these high ground retreats from Androxus, from Bomb King. So it's going to be great for that. But getting those targets low enough to get to that point, it's going to be all on
It's all on Shaolin's shoulders, yeah. Well, and Ruckus, right? Ruckus is always going to help. He does a lot of damage. Saris, though, we haven't seen that much damage coming out of her yet, which is weird because in all my casual games, everyone just does damage, and that's all they do.
Unfortunate for you.
Did you see the screenshot on Reddit of the guy with 3 healing on Saris?
I had a guy in my Saris game with 0 healing, so I know.
Oh,
that
no.
feels...
That's much easier than getting 3.
You know what? You're right. How do you even do that? Do you have? Is it like a cauterized 3 scenario?
Cauterized
you get 1
3,
tick off and then
1 tick, then die. That's
I don't know.
gotta be it. Ripen Gourd from Spunkki, Half Shell from Kamyker on Makoa, Bounce House on the Buck, Desert Shadow. I love that build on the Shaolin, Flux Generator on Ruckus.
And it's going to be Mortal Reach, like you speculated, for Birds, Saris Exaction for Bonkers, Cassie Accelerant for Laizy's Bomb King. Thiel will be taking Aegis this time around on his Fernando, and Darkstalker is the selection for SunCommander's Androxus.
You know, I love Desert Shadow so much because I'm not actually good at Shaolin, but I just withdraw off of a cliff, right? And then I'm invisible for 5 seconds, stun someone to the wall, and kill him. It's great. In the front line, Thiel, absorbing a lot of damage for his team. Laizy's gonna fall, but it's return on creatives, and really, I think that's better for Snek because they've got backup damage dealers.
It's going to be a very good opportunity here. Bird just spamming heals, keeping everybody topped off. Actually,
so good on this high
Thiel
ground.
to be able to just sit there at half health for a good amount of time as he did
Sorry,
have his
full
shield
health?
up. That is half health. That's the benefit of, you know, or that's the hallmark of how good of a support Bird is. He recognizes Thiel is fine right now, so he tops his other teammates off first. A nice little tank fight going on there, just sitting there. Hey, how you doing? I'm gonna left click you while you left click me, and then we'll go see who's gonna win.
Oh, it's so good. I love those fights. Aegis coming out, and there's the heals. Look at it. The moment the shield comes up, the heals are going to come up too because they know that Hi-Rez is going to fall off. Thiel is a pro-level tank player, and he's only going to use his shield when he's got that defensive advantage that's going to keep him alive and drop that Hi-Rez. Now getting healed up yet again. Spunkki on the side. He's in a bit of a between a rock and a Fernando.
It's actually going to be run over by
Salsa
Thiel.
dance.
Salsing just to get vision around the corner as well as
that was
toss a little BM in there.
Yeah, just
66% for both teams on the point, so pretty even here. Trading out capture point for capture point. Creatives does find SunCommander. Thiel going to be forced off for the time being. Doesn't have his shield cooldown available just yet, taking a lot of damage for his troubles.
Round the side, though, it's going to be Buck coming through. Shielding up for his team is Thiel with just his body. Round the side is Androxus to try and find an angle onto Kamyker on the Buck. Dread Serpent, though, on the point. First ult of the game, charged very quickly from Spunkki. And now, as Planet comes out, Creative's just going to die. Here's the King Bomb, and he's going to find Makoa. I think he'll take that. If he went into the point, he would have just straight up died.
Absolutely. Hexifier down there on the point. Unbelievable's trying to find Thiel with the fireball in combination with SunCommander. The damage is going to be too great. They will all fall. Overtime has started. I don't think anyone from WASD is going to be able to get back to this point in time.
Now with that dismount. And you know what was beautiful about that play, right, was the charge through directly through Ruckus from Fernando. He has to turn around. He's a human being, so it's not going to be instant. And that Hexifier damage goes directly into reversal. That reversal slayed him, dude. That was at least 1,000. No problem.
2 minutes remain here for this payload to reach its conversion destination. A Cursed Arm could come out here, and it will, but a lot's going to be mitigated. That's going to whiff. NA ulties in chat.
Zoning ult, dude.
I guess
zoning them into the room.
At the very least, you're right. It did get them all to back up. Now
and their Mutustiina gets picked off.
Around
come
the
on, man.
backside here. Shaolin trying to do what he can, but Laizy's damage is just too much. Kamyker is here, but the hook is going to be juked out. Actually, Laizy did connect with that, and then he's going to be able to clean him up in the backside of things. 1:40 remain here as WASD look to stabilize.
You know, straight up, I think that ultimate actually was just a miss. But the way that Snek played around that miss turned it into a big victory for their team. Here's Immortal on the point. 1:30 left. They think they can either win this fight now and get an advantage for the rest of the game, or they got enough time to charge their ultimates back up and get it close for the next objective. Thiel healing up around the wall. Makoa on the front line. They did force the Ancient Rage. 116 Convergence. Gonna get the pull, but it's Shaolin, the sole damage dealer. He stands still with Planet, and he's gonna fall. Here's Maldamba returning to heal up his team.
Now the shield from the Shell Shield's going to be going down any time now. Minute remains here. Trying to keep his teammate healed up. SunCommander on this, or Laizy on this Cassie, doing his best to try and drive this kill home, but it's not going to find its way there.
Disengage?
Just yet. 50 seconds remain on this payload push. Trying to find any sort of angle in here. Thiel's been holding down the front line for some amount of time, but they just can't get the picks they need.
They're waiting for the right time to engage. That Grumpy Bomb might just do it, as it's going to get a stun on Kamyker. So much damage coming out from the Oracle of the Abyss, healing the Androxus in the air. Ruckus in his Hexifier, I believe, but it's not going to be enough, as Snek still have 3 members alive. Shaolin can't get in on the point. It's just a Buck. He's tanky, but not tanky enough. But here comes Makoa, here comes Maldamba, and it might not be enough.
That stun was absolutely massive, but here's a big one in return. The Dread Serpent fears 3 off the point. It's going to be enough. 9 seconds remain here. Bonkar could go down. The Cassie will be pulled in and slain. SunCommander is going to probably try and get in here to start the overtime. Can Thiel return in time? The overtime has been started, but SunCommander is going to pay for it with his life. Snek, what looked like such a good opportunity to convert. WSD hold on just long enough to find the defense.
So I think what happened there was we did see some awesome damage coming out of Bird. Some really sick damage from Saris. But I think it was kind of just him that was following up on that. So you didn't get the kills fast enough out of Snek. The respawns came through from the Makoa. Kamyker was, Mutustiina was able to buy enough time on that Buck. And now going into round 2, hey man, it's Hi-Rez. But we've got a Master Riding on Laizy, so that's going to get him to that initial point where he can Poppy Bomb forward sooner,
Indeed.
or allow him to save his Poppy Bomb as he gets into the fight.
We've
He's
also
got
got a
options.
veteran coming out on Bird with the Saris, and she's the only healer that doesn't have the ability to heal herself. But being in Shadow Travel for so long, she will actually find herself out of combat, so that veteran will start ticking, and that's going to be her best option to sustain herself.
Yeah, I mean, she does have a self-heal. It's not with her healing ability, it's on her Q, but she has to land the charges, and that's proved very difficult in pro play. bonkar, with that Cassie on the side, he's losing this fight against Shaolin, who not quite able to pick up a kill there, but ooh, getting low is Bird, gonna try and run away. Creatives activates the Heat Haze, and it looks like Snek's just going to retreat and wait for round 2 to contest this objective.
Ooh, stuck around the corner is going to eat some big damage there. Bomb King laying down the heat from the high ground. Thiel's now back to hold down the front line and allow Laizy the space he needs. Trying to rip apart this backline. Big clumping up on the high ground here. Mutustiina needs to be pretty careful here. Kamyker is going to hook in one. Laizy's taking a lot of damage here. Doesn't have the Poppy Bomb either. He's going to go down 2 picks the way of WASD. 42 to 48% on the point. WASD about to take control.
Yeah, they're about to take control, but the Immortal's going to buy some time for Snek as SunCommander dashes around the corner. He does have a Cursed Arm available if he chooses to use it, but he's just going to fall, actually. And Snek seemed to have lost everyone. An unfortunate Poppy Bomb goes through the cracks there. Yep.
Absolutely nutty. 96% on the point. No one here to contest just yet. It will be bonkar rolling on. A valiant effort here. Gets the overtime started for his team. Thiel has returned. Needs to get that Poppy Bomb.
He's going to contest, man.
Don't have any huge ultimates to drive this home. 50 Shades of Snek. All they've got is that accursed arm, but as SunCommander falls, I don't know if they're going to be able to take this one back.
Dude, how is Thiel still alive? He lasted so long.
He did. And he didn't get any follow-up.
It really didn't. Yeah, it wasn't enough. And now going to fall is... It's going to be bonkar on that Cassie. Bird backing up. He'll be okay. I have a question for you. Let's say, hypothetical, I sneak in your house at night, you're asleep, and on my phone, I've got a audio file of the Bomb King thunk. I play it in your ear. Do you wake up?
Probably just pee myself.
Dude, it's so scary when you hear that, man. You just thunk. You're like,
because it equals 900 damage per audio file played there. Minute and 53 remains. Trying to get around this corner, but Thiel getting so aggressive. They're going to find one kill, but trade his life out for it. spunkki on an 8 streak here. Is trying to stay alive, but he's caught out in the corner with no tank. 2 kills already for SunCommander. He's got some opportunities for more, but it will be Laizy cleaning up the remains.
Yeah, and great defense yet again from Snek. You know, I think this occurrence of just like losing a capture point pretty hard and then immediately winning the first payload fight, I haven't figured out why this happens, but it's definitely a thing. Yeah. Like, I don't think it's someone messing up. I think it's just maybe there's this slight defender's advantage that you're just able to get when the payload reaches that first checkpoint or something. But really fascinating stuff from a game and analytics perspective. Anyway, Thiel, he needs to analyze his situation as he's flaming onto 3. Will fall, but he found a kill. Oh, getting healed up, though.
Wow.
Able to stay alive. Bird doing so much healing, and that shield just not dying fast enough.
He's stuck out in the corner there. Huge Grumpy Bomb to set up that team fight. Laizy's found 2 kills, reaping what he has sown. Now needs to find himself out. Thiel just going to get in the face of this ruckus, preventing him from doing any damage to his teammates. Some Saris orbs coming in, doing some damage as well, but unbelievable. Going to be able to pop that emitter shield. Stay safe for the time being.
Now Thiel in the front, holding for his team. The payload hasn't really moved. It's moved a few feet, but it's still in the same choke point. And Thiel's just going to hold this front. Mutustiina jumping over his head past him, but...
Ultimate's actually starting to come up here for 50 Shades of Snek. They bought so much time, done a lot of damage without having to use them, without having to use these to set up and hold defensively. They'll have them in the pocket as the payload does start to near conversion here, but this is going to take more than one team fight win. It's going to have to be one hell of an overtime from WASD if they want to find conversion here. And as the clock ticks down, the overtime will begin.
Bro, I'm loving this Saris, and I'm loving this Bomb King. 2 kills. 1 delayed, picked up by Thiel. It still counts. That is still Laizy's kill. All right, it's just through a second-hand source.
He got 1v1'd.
He did get 1v1 by Laizy. Actually, the entire team did, as Laizy picks up 3.5 kills in that team fight.
Every kill is Laizy's kill.
I'll give half credit to Thiel for that one.
That's what happens when you're the superstar. Every kill belongs to you. 5 streak and actually going for the rejuvenate here. So Laizy, this item's going to help him stay safe in the backline.
Yeah, it also does a little bit against Cauterize, right? Because I think if Laizy is getting healed, it's a situation where he just gets round a corner. Cauterize is about to fall off. And that rejuvenate is going to make sure that the tick with Cauterize does a little bit more, and the ticks after it fill him back up. As a Bird, man, he's doing such a great job with the healing. Interesting choice with the Nimble. I don't know, I'm going to probably look at the VOD, see what his build is, see that choice, but I think it makes sense.
Around the field a little bit, get a little bit more distance there.
Yep.
And Shadow Travel Scout is actually going to be popped as well. Nice shot over the top. Convergence comes from downtown. The shield, we'll see if it gets anyone. The hooks go out. They don't pull anyone in. A Cursed Arm, a lot of ultimates. King Bomb as well.
Ooh.
Snek is throwing everything on the table to try and get this, and they're not finding a whole lot for it. They're actually losing this team fight. 2 kills for 1. Buck Wild is popped in response. This Buck is leapfrogging all around this team fight. bonkar needs to land these shots, needs to drive this kill home.
Buck Wild not doing that much, actually.
My
he maybe landed 1 or 2 shots, but it didn't result in any kills. Now Buck Wild is down. Sad day for the big man. But on the point, WASD, they're feeling good.
I don't know if that was the call or what the deal was there. I've never seen Snek use every single ultimate so close together like that.
Yeah.
Despite, there wasn't really like, the convergence didn't land. There wasn't a whole lot of great setup. There's an Ancient Rage coming out, and just WASD are spacing their pressure
But
out.
Laizy is making up for it. He's in the back line. He's wrecking. Buck trying to go for Saris, man, but it's just not the answer. He can't do enough. Mutustiina will find Laizy. That's important, but now the front line in the front line will find the kill on a Makoa, and Buck's going to fall as well as bonkar picks up 1, 2, 3. Count him. Shaolin backing off. He can't get in.
87% for WASD, but Snek able to take it back without their ultimates, just using the raw skill and game sense that they have acquired over a long and arduous Paladins career here, continuing to capture this one up. WASD will definitely have the opportunity to contest this one, send it into overtime. SunCommander, though, has already found a kill onto one of the tanks for WASD.
Laizy, man, he's been so important in these team fights, but Kamyker gonna fall. Bird picks up that one as he walks straight into a Soul Orb. SunCommander and bonkar picking up 2 more. That is going to be the 3rd capture of the game for Snek. Going up 3-2. If they convert, they win here. If they hold, it's going to be 3-3, and the next capture will win the game. Nice damage on the Kamyker as he rounds the corner, and Laizy, man, he's just holding 4 right here with the help of his team.
This is going to be huge as well because the payload continues to roll this entire time.
Ooh,
He misses the Poppy Bomb. It could be in a bad spot here. Thiel is here to contest, and the Cursed Arm. Look at the response from Snek, just keeping Laizy safe. The communication is on point and very snappy today. They are able to keep him safe, keep him alive, but for how much longer? 2 low targets here for SunCommander to try and clean up. It's going to be a rough one here. That one's not going to land. Kamyker sneaks around back and takes out SunCommander in his butt.
Sneaky little turtle finding the butts. And now in the front, Thiel, he gets pulled, he gets killed. Ooh, that one hurt. Snek's got to regroup. They go for the point here, and it looks like WASD is going to hold at the front choke point, trying not to let anyone through. We'll see what Snek tries to do to break that one.
Yeah. Once you break this, though, that's kind of like the best last defense on Serpent Beach. If they break this choke here, it's very tough to hold. Just kind of from this open space.
And actually, WASD's not holding forward. I thought they were going to hold the first choke, but they're actually electing to hold the second.
Ooh, probably should have tried there. Hook is actually going to bounce off the wall. Thiel way down the town there. They're very split up right now. We got a tank and a healer up on the high ground. Maldama's going to throw out the Dread Serpent, trying to get something done. There's no follow-up. No kills come off the back of that. SunCommander's already found 1 onto Mutustiina. Kamyker is going to go down on the front line as well. 2 picks already for Snek. They're starting to smell blood in the water here. This could be the series. A lot of ultimates here for them to drive it home. The King Bomb Convergence combo could come out.
Yeah, there it is. And that Convergence is just going to make things a little bit more chaotic. It's one more thing to dodge, like a second Grumpy Bomb. It's going to help Snek zone the point, push him in, take the win.
They're going to find it.
Easy.
Easy game, easy life.
Wasn't that easy, actually.
That was a good set.
Tough.
That was every game was hard fought in that set. It ended up being the only split, one of the few splits we've seen actually today, going the way of WASD and Snek. But they will be moving on, the boys of Snek, to the finals there to face off against District 69. You can see the stats here from the final game. bonkar going off, Laizy going off as well, breaking the 100K barrier. Creative's doing it as well, and Buck has been picked a good amount today, but it just hasn't really, you know, been doing it for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be about the disruption, right? But I don't think you can really disrupt a Saris. Like, I just don't
She's
think
too hard to kill,
cares.
man. She is just too hard to kill. Only 3
You
deaths.
can make her use shadow travel. That's about the limit of what Buck can do to her, right? And
which
then
is good because she
isn't
can't do
healing.
anything from there.
She's not healing, but you can break it whenever you want. If she uses shadow travel, Buck jumps away. She's just going to start healing immediately. So
Bird's
I don't know,
got
man.
the presence of mind to do it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if we see a Buck in the next set. It's going to be D69 versus Snek coming up shortly. We're going to take a brief break, though, and we'll be back for the final game of the day. So stay with us. We'll see you soon.